couple of cheaters took to Reddit to see if them cheating on their spouses made them an asshole. If you didn't know, cheaters are the second worst type of people in a relationship, only beaten out by Disney adults. What are we doing? Am I the asshole for getting drunk and cheating on my husband after 6 years? Yeah. Like, what? Let's get into the story, but yeah. Hi. So me and my husband have been married for 6 years, 2 years after dating. I made the mistake last Friday and I need some help. Cheating is not a mistake, you know, putting bleach in a washing machine full of, you know, colored clothes. That's a mistake, and I apologize, babe. It happened one time. Jesus Christ. But cheating is not. Greg is a good guy, but he can be a little frustrating. And that morning he was complaining that he had to work all day and that he wouldn't be able to unwind at home. Wow, what a terrible guy. He's going to have to work all day, and when he gets home, he's not going to be able to unwind. Time to suck a dick, I guess. I told him it's going to be fine, but he didn't reply. Maybe he didn't hear me, but he didn't even ask what I was saying. He kept going on and then started complaining about our bank account. I love how anytime there's a story about cheaters, they always have to list all these like tiny things that their significant other does. Listen, there is no reason, there is no excuse to cheat on your spouse. If you look at somebody and say, hey, you're my partner, I'm committed to you in a monogamous way, once you cheat, you're the bad person. It doesn't matter what they're doing. If you cheat, you are the bad person. If you're watching this and saying, oh my God, no, there is something. No, there's not, okay? There's not, and you gotta stop sucking dick, okay? Look at me. You gotta be faithful. Stop it. Last Friday, me and some friends went out for some drinks. Since one of them is getting married and we wanted to give her a night to remember, my husband was okay with me having some time for myself. After a couple of drinks, some guys get close and begin to talk to us. One of them, let's call him James, sits next to me and begins talking about his job. He's the director of a small company, and he talks with such ambition that it makes me more interested in what he's saying. The night goes on, and I've been drinking quite a bit. I can't really remember much, but I remember hooking up with James. I bet that is the thing that you remember. Wow, because he's so enthusiastic about his job. You know, I gotta watch out if that is happening. One of my friends come up and just be like, hey, Mike, man, I got this new job. I'm super excited about it. I'm gonna just get down and double pump that thing. That doesn't happen. The next morning, my phone is ringing like crazy. I go to check it, and I have a couple lost calls from my husband. When I pick it up, I just tell him I stayed at my friend's place and that my phone had run out of battery. He seemed to understand and asked me if I was going home anytime soon. I said yes. Then James wakes up, and when I asked him about last night, he said that I insisted on not using protection. I rushed back to my place trying to leave this one-night stand behind me, but I can't forget this guy. Yeah, because you betrayed your husband with him. It's not, what do you think? You're infatuated with the guy? You think you love him? You think you're going to have a happy, mystical relationship? Because that's not what happens. Maybe I felt in love with him. Look, there's a lot of typos in this, but I am giving a little bit of leeway because I know that her brain, like if you rubbed her brain, it would feel like a greasy seal. Like if you just like buttered a walrus and you ran your hand across its back, that's what it would feel like. The way he talks, and he being a young man that has control over his life. I remember feeling the same way about my husband before we married. Now he spends most of his time working instead, and when he arrives home, he ignores me most of the time and just spends his free time watching sports or playing video games like a child with eating habits to match. Probably because he has to be around you all day. Also, I cannot stand these stories about cheaters, and all they do is just list off all these things of, well, he has this wrong about him. He has this. You know what he hasn't done? Fuck somebody else. So who's the bitch? Also, his sexual appetite seems to be through the floor. I tell him it's okay if he can't perform and that I don't blame him. I really don't. I try to be supportive the most I can, but sometimes that gets to me. Is there any way I can save my marriage? No. I mean, if he is, hopefully he has a little bit of pride in his chest. And when you tell him about this, he's like, well, you know, I'm not happy with her anyways. Obviously, he's not happy with you. So when you tell him about this, maybe he'll just, you know, cut you out. And then he could spend more time with his friends and gaming and eating snacks and stuff like that. You know, the things that one does, which causes another person to cheat on them. There's a too long didn't read. It says, me and my husband have been married for 6 years, but lately we have been having issues. Cheated on him Friday night while drunk, and now I'm afraid I once again felt in love with my one night stand. Look, even in this, she's like, hey, yeah, we've been having issues. I gotta try to make myself look better. You don't look any better. You still look like, and if you're wondering if you're the asshole, yes, you're the asshole. I don't know, the audacity it takes to go to Reddit and just be like, did I do something wrong here? I feel like maybe I messed up a little bit. Like, what could I possibly have done differently that night to fix this? Not fuck somebody. It's really easy. You know, I go out, I hang out with friends. Never once have I just, whoopsie, had sex with somebody. Doesn't happen. So, yeah, you're the asshole. Let's get to the next story. Oh, and by the way, we have a podcast where we also do Reddit reads. It's called Two Daddies Judging Baddies. You can check it out in the link in the description. Am I the asshole for cheating on my girlfriend? There's quotation marks. Cheating. What is, maybe it's not like sex, it's emotional or something like that, because that's the only, I don't know how you could put the quotation cheating on my girlfriend. My girlfriend and I haven't been having sex much lately. There it is. Look, told you every time. Look, they're gonna say, hey, I did something wrong, so I got to make my partner seem like a terrible person to make me feel better. That's what happens, man. People will put you in a negative light so they feel better about the bad shit that they do to you. So a couple days ago, I sat down with her and talked about it. She listened to me about how I felt, but didn't say anything herself. Early on in the conversation, she looked fine, but as the conversation progressed, she looked more and more irritated by the minute. I told her my needs weren't being fulfilled. She blew up and said, oh, go fuck other girls then. I asked her if she meant it, and she said she didn't care. I left to go home and haven't talked much after this. Two things, okay? So firstly, anybody who is married and has a wife, not even the go fuck other girls then. If your spouse gets mad and just like, oh, just do what you want. Go do it then. You absolutely under no circumstance do what you want, okay? You don't do it, because obviously they do have a problem with it. Secondly, having the sexual issues in the bedroom, if there is not enough sex having to your liking, talk to your spouse about that, man. Everybody doesn't have the same libido. Everybody doesn't want to have sex all the time. Some people have lower sex drive. Some people have hormonal conditions, therapeutic conditions. There's a bunch of things that can be wrong to somebody. It's best to have a good, cordial conversation. I guarantee you that's not what you had. You just sat down and you was like, oh, I'm not getting enough sex. You got to do something. I'm just so horny all the time. I see other girls and they just make my pee-pee hard. I guarantee you that's how you approached it. You didn't approach it like a man. You didn't say, hey, is there anything going on? Is there anything I can do? Is there anything we can do together? Can we talk to somebody? Do you want to talk to somebody? You didn't ask no questions, man. Conversation is beautiful in a relationship, can solve many things in a relationship. But if you approach it like a Neanderthal, you're going to get a Neanderthal response. Fast forward to yesterday night, we went out with some pals to get some food. So it says a couple days ago, I sat down with her, and then it says fast forward to yesterday night. So what did we talk about, a day ago? I don't know. I can't do the math. A couple days ago, so 2 days ago, and then the very next night. I think my math is correct. Look, Stephen Hawking's dead. He can't back me up on it. I'm just going to assume it's right. While we were eating our food, I noticed that my girlfriend's coworker, who I'm on friendly terms with, walked into the restaurant by herself and started ordering some food. I walked up to her and asked if she was alone, and she replied yes, so I asked her if she wanted to hang out with me and some of my pals. Man, starting off great. It ended up being a great night. My friends and I clicked really well with her. She fit in right with our group, and we were all talking about going out again next weekend with her. We were all having such a great time that we didn't realize it was getting late, so my friends ended up heading out, leaving me and my girlfriend's coworker alone. We stayed for another 20 or 30 minutes just talking about our interests. I told her one of my interests was computers and gaming, and her eyes seemed to light up when I talked about it. She told me that even though she doesn't seem like it, she's also a massive gamer and computer geek. She also knows that you're in a relationship, so she also knows that you're with somebody. And you know what the funny thing is? If throughout the story y'all do end up having relations, just understand that someone that will do that to somebody else, they'll also do that to you. So she knows that you're in a relationship. She doesn't care. Fast forward a couple years from now, if y'all are together or whatever, she'll be out with somebody else and talking about how she loves computers and she's actually a massive gamer nerd, widowy. And then she's going to, have sex with somebody. Now, Widowy got excited after this because neither my girlfriend or my friends are into computers or gaming, so I never get to talk about my hobbies much. When you play games now, the whole internet's there. How have you not made one friend? It's the internet. All people are there. Everybody. You don't have a friend to talk about this with? That's a reflection of you, bud. She mentioned her awesome gaming setup, so we head back to her apartment. I got excited and asked her if I could come see it really quickly. She said yes, so we both ended up weaving to her apartment. Her setup was amazing as she said it was. It was pretty much, I was pretty much drooling over it. I told her that it was amazing and that I finally found someone to play games with since no one else I know does. Once again, it's the fucking internet. Everybody's there. You can go to any forum of any crazy niche that you have and find friends. Find like-minded people. You don't have to have sex with somebody, cheat on your wife, girlfriend, whatever. You don't have to cheat on your girlfriend to find that person. She teased me a bit and said that I'm probably too newbie for her. I laughed and told her to fight me. Children. Does it say y'all's age in here? Ain't no way y'all are older than fucking 13. After I told her to fight me, she started throwing little play punches at me, and I responded back with them. This led to us getting a little more physical in a playful way, which caused me to get aroused. What the fuck? All right, yeah, cool. I didn't plan on doing anything with her, but then I remember what my girlfriend said during the argument that we had, so I thought it would be okay. I did. I thought it would be okay. That's why I did it, because she said go fuck somebody else then, so I just went and did. You're a terrible person. What? You're a fucking awful human being. And I really hope that this happens to you in the near future. Needless to say, we ended up having sex 2 times, and I stayed the night, then I left to go home in the morning. My girlfriend found out today, and she's been blowing up my phone, calling me a cheater. I told her that I thought she said it was okay for me to have sex with other girls, and that I only did it because of what she said. Am I the asshole? Bro. You sat your girl down. You fucking chastised her for having a libido that's lower than yours, a sex drive that's lower than yours. And then when she got upset, you, with your fucking just Neanderthal, just smooth brain, was just like, oh, well, I guess what she's saying is very fucking literal. Like, what? I don't understand how people are so stupid. I don't understand how people are so dumb. This guy's like, oh, I have nobody talked about computers with, so I cheated on my girl. This is fucking internet, man. Everybody on earth is there. Everybody. Man, I hope we get an update about this one day so we can see Karma rear her beautiful face so you get your just desserts. You're the asshole, bud. There's no other way to put it. Like, both of these people, both of these stories that we read, they're both the asshole. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe. Don't cheat on your spouse. Like, break up. That's a perfectly good option before you betray somebody's trust, and then that's going to give them problems in the future. You know all this. Look, you're a smart person. You understand what I'm saying. You are not this guy. If you are this guy, I don't know, fucking eat a dick, nerd. That's why you ain't got friends.